Alright, what's up, Dragon Brood? Today we're going to be playing some Naya Legends, but not like you've really seen before. And this is a cool deck. It comes from the Japan Open, which I'm sure you're going to hear a lot of people talking about because Standard's really cool. The tournament had a ton of players, and we saw a lot of different decks. You're probably going to see them popping up on everybody's content. By the time you watch this, probably started showing up people's content like a week ago. But this is actually pretty sweet. I did make one change to it, and we'll talk about that here in a second. But getting into the list, we do have 4 copies of Get Lost, because you need some cheap things to play early, because a lot of these things in the deck cost 4+. Soul Partition, another way just to kind of stall the board a little bit. Couple of Iron Crags, just so we can use the mana for our things, but late in the game, maybe we want to add 3/3 to something. It's always possible. Fortune is actually really cool here, because most of our legends have Enter the Battlefield triggers, which is pretty nice. Then we have Britches, which is weird, but it's a 3/3 first striker. It can make treasure, and randomly can make something not block, which might matter, so we'll see. Quietly, a full set of 4 of these are in the deck, but this is good because it does help us find lands to make sure we can hit all of our drops later. And if we do flip it to the backside, then we do start getting some dinosaurs, and we do have a dinosaur we could search for, so there is that. We have Biza, which is great. We've played Biza on other decks. Even better when you can blink it in and out multiple times or get multiple triggers. And you can get those multiple triggers by using Anti-Joins Up, right? If we're playing all legends for creatures, well then every time a legend enters, it's going to trigger, which is pretty cool. Actually, it's not even that. It's just triggers, period. Doesn't have to be an ETB. So when Fortune triggers something, like, we could have a thing happen. So this is actually pretty cool. Now, the change I did make here is I cut a Biza and I cut one of the other cards to make room for 2 Elesh Norn. For a couple of reasons. One, I wanted more options for us to be able to double our triggers, but I also wanted to see how many things we can turn off from opposing decks and if this is worthwhile or not. And it is a 4/7, so it's not like it's nothing. Couple of copies of Dragonhawk, because if you can trigger this with all these things that have power 4+, it's actually pretty cool. A lot of times you're going to be exiling 3 or 4 cards, and you're going to get to do that multiple times, which is a crap ton of damage. And Roxanne, obviously, if we get to trigger this multiple times, we could take down things that are 4/4+, which is super nice. And Atalis. This is the dinosaur that we can go search for. We may even have the mana just to flip it to the backside and try to end games, too. So there's a lot of things we could do with this. Like, this deck actually is super sweet overall. This should be fun to play. This should be right up your alley if you like playing big, dumb legends. Like, lots going on here. Now, if you do like what you see, like always, we'll have a link at the end of the video. It'll be down in the description. I'll take you over to Moxfield, a channel sponsor. You can download this, put it right into Arena, and try it for yourself. But for now, though, let's go see if these legends really are the talk of the town. Oh, man. All right, we'll try. This is probably bad, but yeah, we'll try. I don't know. Maybe now we kind of have to find a removal card here or something, right? Yeah, we're in trouble. We're in bad shape. Not over yet. I mean, we could force them to maybe use something to kill Britches. Then, I don't know. We did get a 4th land, so that counts. And the opponent didn't get the kind of fast start you would expect a red deck to have here, so that's good. I mean, this may not even be a red aggro deck. This could be that Boros thing and they just got a weird draw. Nope, it's definitely mono red. Or at least I would assume so. Why else are you keeping that draw if it's not? That seems weird. Alright, I'll just run this out. I mean, if there's another lightning strike, it kills another Britches. That's fine. Oh, they're going to 2-for-1 a Britches? Oh, we love that. You love that. Your opponent went shock on a Britches. Okay, I was thinking there they might drop like a Ashenel or something. But no, we just passed the turn. No need wasting this, really. Heartfire Hero. Here we go. So they just kept a burn heavy hand is all that happened here. That's really interesting. Alright, I guess I'm just taking 3 from that Knucklehead. I'll give it haste. Yeah, fair enough. Alright, well this kind of works out anyway, right? Ooh, definitely leave bees on top. That's great. And then I'll just kill this. So we go to 13. Opponent has 3 cards in hand. 2 cards in hand. Rage. I mean, kill my creature, I guess. I mean, I'm going to block if you attack. I mean, if you just play more stuff and trample over, then so be it. I just need to make sure I stay alive because I've got a Biza coming. Yep. All right. And opponent's empty-handed here, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, maybe. I guess we just go here, right? I don't think we die. Whatever. I'll gamble. Let's go big. Yeah, buddy. All right. We're all set. Opponent's not coming back from this. Oh, yeah. We're all good. We're going to gain 12 life here. Yep. And then we go attacking. Yep. Would have been double than double, I guess, if we'd have had this out already. And there's an argument to be made that the way the game was set up, I could have just went for Annie joins up, knowing that I was going to play the Roxanne the turn following. But I just figured I'd keep it in case of emergency. But it turns out didn't need it anyway. I'm going to keep it. This is so scary, though, having all these expensive things in hand. The fun part right now about Standard is, I kind of want that too, though, to guarantee we have 5 lands. Like, when you see this, I'm like, I don't know if this is bats, if it's Orzhov control, if it's some type of Esper thing, right? Like, that's a good spot, a great place to be in Standard. Like, anybody who says Standard's trash right now, they're just not playing enough Standard. Yeah, that can go. So, and this is the other option the deck could be, right? It's the sacrifice deck. So, yeah, Braids, obviously. So, they get a card. Man, kind of want to just draw Annie joins up, really. Because I feel like I'm going to have to use Get Lost on either Braids or probably like Shieldred next turn. Though, a lot of those decks don't really play Shieldred. Oh, they left both on top? Oh, jeez. That's real bad. It's one thing your opponent leaves 1 card on top. When they leave 2 cards on top, ugh. Like, that's real rough. Yeah, they already know what the other card was. Alright, let's go ahead and off this. They do get a chance to pump a thing, and they left a spell on top, very likely. Nope, they're just going to Novus Inspector. Alright. Okay, well, things didn't go disastrous so far. Oh, wait, what if they try to Viper here? That's so good. They might, actually. They might sack all this stuff to a Viper. Yeah, we just take 2. Because they'd only have to sack, like, some of these things. I think they're going to, y'all. Yep, it looks like they're going to sacrifice. Oh, this is so good. This is so good. Alright, kill the Viper before it gets its counter. Okay, we're back in the hunt now. Oh, do you have another Viper? I was going to say. That would have been sicko, because they would have had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 at the time. Yeah, they would have been able to do it again if they had it. That would have been gross. Would have been awesome, but would have been gross. Awesome for them, bad for us. Alright, so we're going to go here. Kill this. Now, there's a chance they make us sacrifice this Roxanne, which we expect. Yep. And they'll probably pick up the Tithing Blades. Okay, so what I'm hoping here is maybe get like a Watley, so I could play Roxanne and something would be the plan. or the deck just chooses not to cooperate. That's another option. Oh, yeah, that can stay for sure. I mean, we're at 12. We're kind of just keeping our head above water here. But we do have a big turn coming next turn. We have an extra card we can discard, so we're not worried about that. All right, 11. Let's go ahead and go here. We got a Britches and a Hopeless Nightmare from their side. That's pretty cool. And we can actually use their Hopeless Nightmare because we have the meteorites that make different color mana. So I'm going to put a stop during our upkeep so that we can use that and see what we draw. And we'll still have 5 mana plus for our Dragonhawk. All right, we actually survived this pretty well considering how slow this hand was to start. Oh, a Biza? Yeah, we don't need the land, but I'll definitely leave that Biza on top. That's pretty sweet. So let's attack. And we'll make a treasure. And then we'll just go Biza. Gain some life to make sure we're not dead. No! I got greedy. I should have just went for the Dragonhawk. Serves me right. Okay, well, this actually isn't so bad either. This is a good backup plan. Let's go ahead and get the one mountain that's left. Let's attack. Actually, I'm going to attack with both of these, I think. Because I'm just like, what's the worst that happens? We just make this Knucklehead not block? Okay, and we'll just go ahead and play the land, and then we'll just flip this. Alright. I'll say, now making a sacrifice stuff doesn't matter that much. We have plenty to get rid of. This went pretty well, all things considered. Because the opponent had a great start. This is exactly what I was saying about the Viper in another video, though. It's like, alright, I'll sack a thing. And here, we can just make the Viper not block and just keep attacking, you know? So, what's the most they take? They'll attack for 6, 7, 8, 9. And if we make the Viper not block, yeah, sure. You gotta block with other things. Sure. Alright, play this. Tithing Blade, you got it? Sure, sack these. And then that's ball game. Yep. Ooh, okay, let's see. This hand, we have kind of lands and defense, but not much else. So we'll see how this works. Opponent has a cute name, Pale Polyglot. For those of you that don't know, a polyglot is a person who knows a lot of languages or learns languages easily. I don't know if that's just a cute name or if they actually do know multiple languages. You have a Heartfire hero. This is where we're playing a game of chicken, right? They know we have instant speed things. We know they have instant speed things. We're trying to set up with like how we're going to kill it. Okay, they're going to go for it here. Yeah, we are going to just kill it while it's still a 1-1. I am now going to go ahead and kill this while it's also a 1/1. And while we don't love leaving them all the maps and stuff, like the fact that we have Biza followed by Watley, like, we don't mind. We'll get some life back. If they have extra creatures here, we'll get tokens. Oh, we don't even get that, so we're just going here. We'll just actually take the life, get a card. Actually, we get a card and 4 life here, so that's fine. It's more than worth it. Didn't need it to be that, but I don't mind having 4 life in the hopper in case we need it. This is something else we've noticed, though, is that when you're playing against these decks that are kind of full of spells, what does happen sometimes is kind of what we're seeing, where they end up with a lot of spells, but no creatures to put the spells on. So targeting that was the right thing. I was going to see here if maybe they had a Witchstalker Frenzy or something. Wow, Arena. Like, you didn't even want to pretend like I had other spells? Now I get it. It's trying to keep us from taking damage from our lands, but at least let us pretend like we have a Lightning Helix or something or whatever. Just leaving us with 2 planes is kind of silly, but especially at 19 life, but I get it. But yeah, this is probably all that it was. They probably had a bunch of, you know, Mentor of the Meek, or that, not the Mentor of the Meek, but the Might of the Meek. You know, they probably had the Giant Gross or the spells that put the hexproof on it, but with no creatures, just doesn't matter. You know, so good thing. Also, some of those play the dude that sacrifices, and they don't have a way to cast it. They only have the adventure side, which is red mana. So those could be in their hand too. So yeah, if you kill a couple of early things, it's probably almost always worth it, especially if you have a Biza in hand anyway, because you're getting a 4/5 and getting 4 life back immediately that they have to fight through. All right, sure. First time we've drawn Iron Crag so far, I think. So that could be good. We could play Annie Joins Up on 3, maybe. See what we could do with that. Should have played that Copperline Gorge, actually. That could end up being a silly mistake. Alright, we take it 2. I think we're going to go and do this. Just mostly forcing them to find some more answers here. They need to play something, can't just sit behind the little 1/1. That, I think I'm willing to kill here. So, if we do this. Decline, we'll still use that for mana later. Now the fun part here is if Britches lives, we could exile 2 cards off top of the library with 6 mana available. We could make double treasure if we want to try to cast something that we draw. Now, admittedly, also has to live for any of this to matter, but we'll see. It looks like they're thinking about killing this versus playing something else, and I don't terribly blame them if that's their decision here. Alright, let's go to attack. If they let us attack, I think we're just going to exile 2 things here. Actually, let's make a treasure with 1 of them. Oh, wait. It can only trigger... Never mind. Yeah, okay, so it does do both. Exile. Well, 1 was a land. I should have waited to play that. Alright. Well, that didn't help us all that much, sadly. Try to play Watley, which would go get 2 basics. Okay, yeah. Seems fair. Storm Chaser. Or Storm Catch, I should say. Does make spells cheaper, so that matters. Oh, they're coming to get us. Oh, boo. I wasn't even thinking about that. Yeah, alright. I'll just keep ourselves from taking damage here. They're already tapped out. But yeah, I didn't even think about that before they attacked. Alright, well, I wasted that card. Because I could have just killed the Stormcatch Mentor anyway while they were tapped out. Decline. But we will hit the opponent twice. I just should have been more patient. Should have trusted my instincts. But right now, every attack is 8 damage, right? Because it's 4 plus 2 plus 2. Alright, they're like, you know what? Maybe I just make this big enough that it doesn't die to Roxanne triggers. Which is valid, to be honest. But it has to get... Well, no, now you couldn't anyway. It'd be a 4-4. And we just send both triggers at it. Because they would tap most of their mana here. I say that. If they have a 1 mana spell in hand, though, they could keep it alive. Right? Oh, they have other things they want to do here, obviously. Alright, I guess we go attacking. Send 2. I mean, if they have another Witchstalker's Frenzy, so be it. Alright, send 2. Alright, that was all we're going to get out of Roxanne. We have all the mana in the world. We just got to find one of our big creatures here. Hey! Someone after my own heart. I enjoy that card. Though another Roxanne kills 2 otters here, so that's reasonable also. Alright, there you go. Or Ibiza would be good, right? Because then we get cards, tokens, and life. And a land. That's the worst of the options, deck. By far, the worst of the options. So we could be dead on this turn. If they have the right cards in hand. Alright, more land for them. If those other 2 cards are live, though, I mean, we could still be dead. Appears not. Okay. Yeah, we're just drawing nothing. We're just kind of chilling. Not doing a whole lot. It's very disappointing. Alright. Down to 5. Do they have another burn spell? Oh, you know what? They could return one from their yard. Yeah, we're dead. Unless... Yeah, we're just dead. Because they can just return lightning bolts. Or lightning strike here. Yeah, alright. Yeah, we're just dead. Alright, let's keep it. I feel like being on the draw would help us so much more with this deck. Let's go... I guess it doesn't really matter. Yeah, I'm going to keep those on top. Usually when you see red-white, we're going to need to play defense a little bit more than we care to. Fountain Port Bell. Alright, that's not what I expected to see at all. Like, that's a thing that happens. And then you can sack it to draw a card? Sure. Alright, well, I guess I'll just give you this to kill. Because obviously there's kill spells over there. We'll take a mountain. Nope, there is a firebomb. Pay 7 to destroy a permanent. Yeah, 100% don't know what this deck is the opponent's playing. Can't say I've ever seen it. And it's possible, if it has to do with artifacts, our Get Lost are not going to be very good. Oh. One or more dinosaurs you control attack. Alright. When we cast an artifact, make a 3/1 dinosaur. Yeah, sure. That's legit. Like, not a thing I thought we would see, but, you know, here we are. I mean, maybe we want you for later. I can also get lost this permanent at any point here. Which might be the play next turn. Because then I could play Fortune, kill the Ingenuity, hopefully cast Roxanne, get an extra trigger, and then we'll see what happens. I mean, I'll block. I mean, I have first strike. I mean, like, meh. I mean, they did get a treasure out of the deal, I guess. Oh, they have 2 of them? Yeesh. Alright, well, that kind of changes what I want to do then. When it was just 1, it was less concerning. Now that there's 2, not so happy about it. Let's go ahead and get rid of that. Let's attack. If it gets to successfully attack, I think I'm just making treasure here. I should have killed those first. That's what I get. Serves me right. I wasn't even thinking about the saw blades. That's a complete mistake on my part. Alright, let's just find an Atali here. I've already played so sloppy. Maybe Atali will rescue me. Firebomb, sure. Just make some big creatures here. Which also means now Roxanne will not kill them. So that's disappointing. And they're leaving mana up for some reason. No clue what. Alright. I guess Roxanne technically gets to kill a thing here. Maybe. Alright, well that worked. Do we play Fortune here? I guess so. It's worth it to scry, even if they have a board sweeper in hand or something. Oh, gosh. Okay, cool. Glad we did that. So yeah, even if the board does get swept here, that's more than acceptable. We did what we could. Trying to find one of our biggins. Oh, no witnesses on top. So I guess the question becomes, do we think... We know they have sweepers now, because we're looking at the no witnesses. So, like, how bad is it for us to go to 4, basically, is the question. I'm going to do it. And if they just sweep the board, they sweep the board. I mean, we get an investigate token or whatever, at worst. And if they have a way to just deal 4, then they get us, you know? I'm okay with that. Okay, so they're turning that into a thing. Okay, this is pretty big. This is pretty big. Because then we get to kill that. Crew with the, or saddle with this, I should say. Attack. Now we know we're going to lose all of our stuff. But we get some more damage in here. We get to exile it and then that. Then we'll get to scry twice. Biza is excellent. Ooh, Elesh Norn is also excellent. Yeah, those can both stay, I guess. Play a land. Pass the turn. Also important because we can save Fortune here because we have the extra mana from Roxanne. All right, Firebomb. That takes 7, right? Okay. So then we're going to draw. And we should have enough for both of these, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yes, we do. Now, did they have another? I don't think we mind. I think we do it anyway. So yeah, let's do it. We're just going to get a lot of life and cards. And then we'll get to scry a bunch. More bees. All right. I guess we have protection plan in case things don't go our way. And they have another sweeper. All right. We attack the opponent. Oh, I forgot. They can turn that into a 5/5. That does work. All right. I guess we just attack with Elesh Norn then here. Ooh, or not. This is much better. Hell yeah. This is sicko. We get 3 triggers. Oh, we get 3 cards 3 times. Oh, we have another dragon? Oh, this is nuts. This is nuts. I guess we can play this because it's worth more than the cards just going away. Yep. And then another 2. And then another 2. God, that was gross. Such a big, sick hit. Like, that's awesome. And then that'll do it. I mean, we just attack. I mean, we don't even have to attack, really. We just pass the turn. Yeah. Then we have just 1 billion damage incoming. Yep. All right, cool. Now, there was an interesting thing there. The opponent was, what, at 4 life or 1 life? I'm going to have to go back and watch. But I guess it didn't matter. Because we would have had 3 cards, 9 cards, all triggering. Yeah, it doesn't really matter. I was just curious because I think instead of having this matter about all, I guess, 8 cards that were left, I think it was doing it as 3 sets of 3 still. Because otherwise, the opponent being at, let's say they were even at 4, if each card was dealing 8, I guess, well, would have been dealing 6. Okay, maybe it does count. I don't know. That's a lot of cards, because that would have been dealing 16 damage, right? 8 times 2. So it must have been doing it in sets of 3 for each of the individual triggers, or something. I don't know. That's pretty weird to think about. But either way, it was going to add up to being 16 damage. It's just doing it in 3 small sets. So yeah, kind of something to be aware of. May not come up and being any importance, but if you play the deck, it's a thing. And we get to go first with a okay hand. I mean, if for some reason Fortune lives... Ooh, we got to get rid of it, though. We have to get to at least Biza this game, I think, on time. Because as it stands right now, Biza probably gets us, like, at least a card. And that's something. But otherwise, this is going to be pretty rough. And I don't even think we get much out of it, right? Because here's the thing, like, we play Fortune... Okay. So it's skeleton deck. Alright, well, good news, bad news. Like, we got to our mana to be able to play Biza. Oh, okay. Yeah, let's just leave all that. This actually isn't the worst, because even if they kill Fortune here, they won't be able to get it out of the graveyard yet. So no blocks. We just take however much here. And then... we get to Biza, make 2 blockers. So I'm assuming they're going to play a creature here. Oh, they didn't play a creature here. Well, dang. I would have bet almost any amount of money they were going to. Well, now we just get some life, and that's about it, huh? But I guess that's fine. Like, in the grand scheme of things, we don't really mind that. We saddle up, we attack. We know there's a land on top, so we can use Roxanne at a minimum. Almost hit submit 0, that would have been a mistake. No extra bonuses from Biza. Yeah, I think we'll leave stuff just like that. In the turn. And we can also block with Biza here, which isn't the worst thing. Now, I will say, if they kill a creature here, we would still block. And then just look at playing Roxanne and picking off the difference, I think. Another Tiny Bones. Alright. I think we go ahead and play this. Pick off the Tiny Bones. And then we saddle up. Now they're going to kill Fortune. Okay, that makes sense. You let us get a lot of value out of Fortune already. We can only be so bothered. Yeah, you did it. Okay, what are we looking at? 12. You know what? Sure. Yep. Attack. And now we could be really filthy. And when they decide to pay to solve the case... Or actually, no. The case is just auto-solved at the end of turn. Alright. End of their turn. Alright. Attempt to destroy it. And then the beautiful part here is Roxanne gives us access to piles of... Oh, gosh. I don't think we need to go that crazy, though. Let's just go here. Oh, we don't even get any value here, actually. Wait, I couldn't even... Oh. Arena? What if I wanted to tap for mana? Well, that's super unfortunate. Alright, I guess we haven't played a land. We'll just keep loading up on things here. Yep, that'll do it. I mean, it sucks knowing that we only have 2 Roxannes, but, you know, that's at least 4 turns of draws that we'll get between now and then. And we'll just have to see how it goes. Alright, that's not a bad card to pick up here. We will leave a land on top. Alright, they didn't do anything there, so I think we'll go ahead and just play this Iron Crag. Gruelclaw. We would probably like to kill the Gruelclaw. So we'll pass. Uh-oh, they're checking out our mana, saying, what is this dude up to? Why did you not cast anything? And they're not wrong. It is a bit suspicious. I don't blame them. Okay, I was thinking if they played a Shieldred, then we'd like Soul Partition or something there, but didn't come up. So we're going to go and do this, which sets us up for some mana. And I don't mind running this Roxanne out, because it's likely going to die. Like, the opponent hasn't had to play much. And they do play stuff like Carnosaur and whatever that could just shoot Roxanne for 3. Yeah, we're good with that. What do we want to get? We have double white, double... I guess we get a green land. Sure. Seems okay. I mean, it doesn't greatly matter because we're going to get another mana effectively here. Yep, that makes sense. Decline. Shoot the opponent. Alright, they've got 4 mana and what? 5 mana. 5 mana. Okay. So, do we just... I think I'm going to go here. I thought about playing Fortune and trying to save it. Decline. We'll just get our 2 planes, or A planes here. We're not getting double triggers. We're not at that point. And I think we just pass here. Mostly because I want to be able to either use Soul Partition or Annie Joins Up when the time comes. Virtue of Persistence. I'm going to get a little greedy here. I think I'm just going to... No, we're not. We just let that die. I was thinking I could blank the Virtue, but there's really not a need. Because we can just get rid of the Virtue itself, I guess, when the time comes. So, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 2, 4, 6. We have 8, actually. So we could do... I guess we just do this. And then we just see what the opponent's got. Decline. Ooh, that's intriguing, to say the least. I don't know that we need that, though, with... Damn, I don't know. I think we just do this. I don't think either matters all that much here. And then we just shoot the opponent for 2. Yeah, I assumed Roxanne's not going to live very long regardless. So that's okay. Alright, they're down to 2 cards. No creatures. I don't know what this means for anything at this point. So we're just gonna attack. 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, we'll just end the turn. Preacher, sure. Preacher can get one trigger, and we don't care that much. Okay. The problem is now we won't be able to kill it with Annie joins up, so I think I gotta get rid of it now, which sucks. Alright. So now we just use this. Decline, decline. Then we go to attack. Then reset the board. Then we get billion triggers. Nope, 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 nope. That can go to the bottom. We will take that, though. And then the next one goes off. We'll put the other land at the bottom. All right. Not doing too bad. Carnosaur, you got it. Like, it does nothing as long as we have an Elesh Norn, so we're all good there. So, we can't kill a Carnosaur with this, but we know we can kill a Preacher. Is there anything in the graveyard to worry about? Just Gruelclaw. There's some Rock Sands on our side, but they don't really do anything, so that's mostly fine here. I think we only have one basic left to go get. So we'll snag that. Play this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Would not leave us enough to activate our land. But they have no ETB triggers. So, I think we do this anyway. Pass the turn. And now we just got to draw something good here. I think they're just looking at, like, what is there to get out of the graveyard? I mean, Roxanne's not nothing. I mean, but doesn't have an ETB trigger, so we're not that worried about it. Okay, deck. We need to draw something here. Okay, what are we doing? What if we saddle with this, then we attack, I mean, we'll just protect it and then shoot it because there's nothing else to do here. All right. It'll be this, so we can reset it. I guess I should... Well, yeah. I needed to not use the anti-joins up first still. Alright, there you go. That's the type of thing we're looking for. Oh, back to back. Okay, sure, deck. I'm into that. Surveil. We're going to leave it. We're going to leave it. Oh, I was going to deal 10? Oh, I totally forgot. It's all the stuff. Oh, permanents. I was thinking just legends. But yeah. That's either way. That's fine. I was thinking about creatures, not permanents. So yeah, that's a pretty big deal. I could have just cleared it. I would only dealt 2, 4. So they'd have been at 2. But it doesn't really matter here. It's all the same. Yep. Alright, cool. Yeah, I missed a million things. I played this game pretty sloppily and still won. Even with the opponent killing our first, like, 4 things or whatever. So, yeah, I'm good with that. Like, that feels like a pretty good match. Yeah, so this is pretty interesting. Like, I don't even know if I'm happy or not having the two Elesh Norns over the Biza and the extra Atali, because, like, we did have times where having the Elesh Norn made a lot of sense. And it does trigger with Watley, Biza, Dragonhawk, Roxanne, Atali, right? So it still works for everything except for really Britches, which is kind of okay, I guess. But I will say, for some of the matchups, I would kind of like to have an extra, even just like Soul Partition, just to slow the opponents down a little bit. Because I feel like against the hyper aggro decks, you kind of need to have some removal in that opening hand, right? We got to get rid of something with 2 mana, try to get a 3 mana thing down, whatever it happens to be. They either use removal on it or not, and then you stick a Bezo or an Annie joins up, and then kind of start taking off the rest of the game. So it is winnable, but I would say if you wanted to cut like an Elesh Norn for another Soul Partition or find a way to get another 3 or 4 mana thing in here, I think it's actually justifiable. But overall, the deck is pretty damn sweet. It's really cool, plays a bit differently than other decks, has a decent bit of game against everything, which is kind of nice too. So yeah, this is one that this changes the game on what you can do with Legends, which is pretty sweet. And it gets to play underplayed stuff like Watley, which I think is pretty cool, right? Anytime we get to play with cards that don't see much action, or hell, for that matter, even Britches outside of a pirate deck, you know, this is actually a pretty sweet setup. But the list is 4 Get Lost, 2 Soul Partition, 2 Iron Crag, 2 Fortune Loyal Steed, 2 Bridges, 4 Watley, 3 Biza, 4 Annie Joins Up, 2 Elesh Norn, 2 Dragonhawk, 4 Roxanne, 3 Atali, 2 Plains, a mountain, a forest. Lands are all over the place here. Not terribly, actually. So we have 2 Copperline Gorge, 4 Battlefield Forge, 4 Elegant Parlor, 4 Brushland, 4 Lush Portico, 4 Plaza of Heroes. I will say there are some tough times here where you've got multiple tapped Surveil lands, but they actually do work in this deck because being able to get rid of something expensive off the top, especially if it's a legend you already have one of in hand, to make sure you hit your land drops, does actually make a bit of a difference. So something to think about here. If you don't own them, sure, max out your like Copperline Gorges and whatever the green-white fast land is, right? You could do that, and that's fine. Or even just a couple more basics so you have more stuff to draw with Watley is also okay. But like I was saying, Standard has a lot of stuff going on right now, and the format is nuts. Even just played this Azorius Artifact aggro deck, AAA, if you will, and it was actually really good, and Mockingbird was kind of ridiculous, so check that out. But that's all I have for now. We'll see you next time.